Sawadika, good evening. Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rung Tip Chonapalai. A fire has destroyed at least 50 homes in a flooded neighborhood in the New York City borough of Queens. Officials say the blaze was reported around 10 a.m. Thai time today in an area flooded by Superstorm Sandy. A fire department spokesman said more than 190 firefighters were at the blaze in the Breezy Point neighborhood, which lie on a Rockaway Peninsula jutting into the Atlantic Ocean. He said 2 people have suffered minor injuries. Firefighters said they were able to rescue about 25 people who were trapped on a roof close to the fire. A special unit of the City of New York Fire Department, or FDNY, used a boat to reach the building to evacuate them. The storm slammed into the New Jersey coastline with winds of 130 kilometers per hour and hurled a record-breaking 4-meter surge of seawater at New York City. The water flooded tunnels, highways, subway stations, and electrical system that powers Wall Street. At least 16 deaths were blamed on the storm. Meanwhile, closer to home, the center of Typhoon Sonti, the 23rd this year, ravaged the port city of Haiphong in northern Vietnam in the early hours of Monday, causing mass damage to local residences and displacing thousands of people. A fisherman was killed as the typhoon hit the low-lying city known for its developed maritime transport. In addition, 8 hours of heavy rains and strong gales triggered by the typhoon felled trees and damaged restaurants built along the shore in Haiphong, the third largest city in Vietnam. Local residents said the gales triggered high waves of 6 to 7 meters. The typhoon also left 3 others dead, 6 missing and 7 injured in Vietnam on Monday. Sonti weakened to a strong tropical storm on yesterday morning. It has been a double jackpot for newly appointed Interior Minister Jarupong Rungsuwan as he was today elected the new leader of the ruling Pheu Thai party. Critics are saying this move may indicate that the ruling party is now dominated by influence from overseas. As expected and without competition during today's election of the Pheu Thai party's new 19-member executive meeting, 66-year-old Jarupong Rungsuwan was appointed as party leader. 332 out of 334 party members voted for him. The other 2 ballots were reported to be invalid. Today's internal election was required after the resignation of Yongyut Vichaydit as party leader. Yongyut resigned after the National Anti-Corruption Commission, or NACC, found he had committed malfeasance in office 10 years ago in connection with the Alpine land case while he was acting Interior Permanent Secretary. The tenure of the Executive Committee automatically terminated following his resignation. After retirement as Permanent Secretary for Labor, Jarupong entered politics in 2006 as a member of the People Power Party and then of Pheu Thai. He was elected Pheu Thai Secretary General in May last year. He was elected a party list MP in last year's election and became Transport Minister in January. He was officially appointed Interior Minister yesterday. The other executive committee members elected today included Kitirat Naranong, Prapasop Sulasawadi, Police Lieutenant General Wirot Pao In, General Waravit Chinawin, and Kriang Kantinan, who were chosen as deputy party leaders. The party's Secretary General position went to former Thai Rak Thai Party Executive Phum Tham Vechayachai. Analysts say that the appointments of new party leader and Secretary General may indicate that Thaksin Shinawatra remains an influence over the party's strategies because not only his most trusted men, but also those who are flexible have received top postings. However, it remains a matter of conjecture as to why Police General Priyapan Damapong, former police chief and Thaksin's brother-in-law, was not included in the list of the executive committee. Experts are saying he may be the man to run for the Bangkok gubernatorial elections on behalf of the Pheu Thai party. There have now been 3 cabinet reshuffles during the slightly over 1 year since the Pheu Thai party-led government came to power. Earlier, I spoke with Assistant Professor Thanawat Phonvichai, Vice President of Research at the University of Thai Chamber of Commerce, or UTCC, who stressed that the government should focus more on long-term policies, especially education and infrastructure.
Often, I think every 6 months they change the member of cabinet. I think that's okay because the government has their own policies. Every member of cabinet will follow that policy. They're just like a supervisor to launch the project or to do measurement of policy to follow the main policy.
But then there's so many things that you think that maybe if Thailand focus a lot on this kind of policy that we can maybe move on.
I think it's very interesting because if we deep down look through the main policy of Pheu Thai party, I think the government try to enhance Thailand competitiveness because frankly they will spend about 2 trillion baht within 4 to 5 years to create transportation system and logistics system and water system. I think they focus on that. But shortly, they try to focus on populist policy. So, in my opinion, the government is supposed to reduce populist policy. They supposed to use huge money to create the future of Thailand. For example, they're supposed to strengthen our education system to prepare to ready in AEC, and they're supposed to reduce or eliminate the corruption problem. And then they're supposed to improve our logistics system and try to increase the richest people in Thailand, reduce the poverty problem. I think from this year, they're supposed to focus on this area.
An Indonesian man has been arrested by tourist police after he was found allegedly committing credit card fraud. The suspect is reported to have admitted to having received confidential credit card information online. 33-year-old Iwan Kurniawan Triadi was arrested in possession of a notebook computer, a tablet PC, and other electric devices. Tourist Police Commander Police Major General Roy Inkaphairod revealed the Indonesian tourist was arrested as he was using fraudulent credit cards to purchase goods in Thailand. According to the police, Ivan confessed to the crime, adding that he received the credit card information from friends in America, Australia, Israel, and South Korea. Owners of the credit cards whose IDs were stolen will not know they are robbed until the end of the month when the bill comes. Some 10 million baht has been used through the stolen cards so far. The suspect remains in police custody. A police spokesperson says police have been ordered to keep an eye open for tourists who are suspected of stealing other people's IDs. They have also been told to make sure foreign criminals who are banned from entering Thailand do not make their way back into the kingdom. Today, Khon Kaen University's administrators ordered the closure of the Isan University because its license will expire tomorrow. Today, university staff in Khon Kaen have removed some equipment and documents from the buildings following the order from university's administrators to terminate all of the university operations. The order has been sent to all departments as their license will be officially revoked by the Ministry of Education. The revocation will come into effect tomorrow. University officials say all the basic systems of the university will be closed today, including the financial and registration systems. The Students Coordinating Center will be transferred to Khon Kaen University to help students affected by the closure of the Isan University. More than 7,000 undergraduates and graduates could be affected, most of whom have come to the university to ask for qualification and assistance after the closure. Most of the more than 200 staff and teachers at the University of Isan have already received compensation. Meanwhile, about 2,000 undergraduates have asked to be transferred to other universities. The Ministry of Education has named 20 universities which have agreed to accept the students from Isan University. Today, Buddhists across the country were in high spirit as they celebrated and made merry to mark the end of the 3 months of Buddhist Lent. Meanwhile, locals in Pichit province continue their annual tradition of offering monks khatomat or glutinous rice steamed in banana leaf on this auspicious day. Locals in Kamphaeng Phet, Pisanulok, Tak, Nan, Chiang Rai and Phayao provinces were among many Buddhists in Thailand to bring their friends and family to make merry at temples, as they believe that doing acts of virtue at the end of Buddhist Lent will bring great blessing. Villagers in Nong Khai and Sisaket also offer alms to monks to mark the Puttachiyanti, the 2600th anniversary of the Lord Buddha's enlightenment, while Buddhist devotees in Songkhla province paraded for 1 kilometer to provide a new blanket for the Prachadi Luang sculpture. Meanwhile, locals in the Mueang district offer khatomat or glutinous rice steamed in banana leaf to monks as part of their yearly celebration of the end of the 3 months long Buddhist Lent. Muslim survivors of 6 days of sectarian violence in western Myanmar say they still fear being subjected to more unrest and that the situation is tense. Many locals had to dodge bullets and abandon burning homes to escape on fishing boats after an attack by their once peaceable Rakshan neighbors. Here's more from Hugh Adam.
The United Nations said 22,587 people had now been displaced after unrest between Muslim Rohingyas and Buddhist Rakhines claimed at least 84 lives in the Rakhine state and tested the reformist mettle of the quasi-civilian government that replaced Myanmar's oppressive ruling junta last year.
ASEAN can certainly spearhead a humanitarian engagement just to help the people, to relieve the pressure, to relieve the suffering and the pain. And then there are other issues that's beyond ASEAN that has to be taken up by the international community, by the global institutions like the UN. It's the issue of political reconciliation inside. The world must encourage issue of constitutionality.
Kyaw Maung, the leader of the Rakhine village, claimed all Muslims in the region were now viewed as the enemy. New York-based Human Rights Watch earlier released before and after satellite images showing the near-total devastation of the Muslim quarter. Located about 120 kilometers south of the Rakhine state capital, Sittwe, the area is crucial to China's most strategic investment in Myanmar, twin pipelines that will carry oil and natural gas from the Bay of Bengal to China's energy-hungry western provinces. The government estimates nearly 3,000 homes have been destroyed across Rakhine state since October the 21st. Hugh Adams, ThaiPBS.